All right, all right. Should be good, should be live. How's everyone doing? Monday Night Football. Capping off week 8 with what should be a great one as the cannons are firing in Tampa Bay. What's up? How's everyone's night doing? How's everyone doing? How's everyone's night going so far? Finishing off week 8 here with what should be a damn good one. We had two great games yesterday. Vikings, Packers, Texans, Vikings, Lions, Texans, Packers. This one should hopefully be up to that same kind of level of a tight, entertaining one. All right, Tampa will be getting the ball to kick things off. Yeah, I saw that report, and it's his decision. I mean, he can do what he wants. I'm just happy he's back, and I'm hoping that he can stay healthy. Part of me didn't expect him to, but I thought maybe there was a chance. As kickoff is underway, Tampa's going to need this in the end zone for a touchback. They'll begin from the 30, and out comes Baker Mayfield. First overall pick back in 2018, the same draft where Lamar Jackson was selected 32nd. No player is going to be made to wear it. That's the thing. Like it's an optional thing, and he chose not to. And it's the same thing with like he chose to come back and play in the first place. So like, I respect his decision. Again, I'm just happy he's back. We've desperately needed him. All right, first play of the game. Baker alone in shotgun, 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. He'll look to throw on this first play, going to step up and have room to run himself up the middle and get up to about the 37, a gain of 7 on the play. I mean, we'll see. Because, like, in the grand scheme of things, yeah, he said three potentially four concussions. Like Tua said it himself, NHL players have a lot more. Other positions within the NFL have a lot more. It's just his has looked bad. Baker in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receivers to the left, 2nd and 4. Going to hand this off left side and for Rachaad White and going to gain about a yard on the play. I think he'll be smarter. I don't think he'll get another one. At least if he does, it won't be his fault like the last one was. If he gets another one, it'd be because of the offensive line not being good, and that's firmly on Chris Greer. Alright, 30 and 3 pass left side for Rachaad White, has room to run and going to get up past midfield to about the plus 45. The 3rd and 3 play is a success, and Tampa moves the chains. I mean, it's going to be interesting. The good thing is we play Arizona next, and their defense definitely isn't the greatest. So it's a great first game for him to be back in. Hopefully we can build something off of that game, but we'll see when it comes up. I ball on the 45. Baker under center, back behind him. 3 receivers to the right. 1st and 10 from the 45. Now making adjustments at the line. Getting a motion receiver from the right to the left. And a handoff to that left side is going to gain about 1.5, 2 for Rachaad White. I mean, I don't know. Mahomes did not have a great game on Sunday, or yesterday, yeah. So I mean, listen, we can joke all we want about how the Chiefs get calls when they're on offense, but their defense is playing really, really good. So it's not gonna matter anyway. Baker in shotgun, back to his right, 3 receivers right, going to hand this off up the middle once again for Bucky Irvin and gonna get up to the 40. Until someone figures out that Chiefs defense, they're gonna win games. They're gonna be a great team. There's not much you can do about it. It's just 3rd and 5. Baker in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers to the left. Gonna send one of them in motion to the right side. As he hands this off up the middle once again, and that's going to get a gain of 4 up to the 36-yard line for Bucky Irvin. Oh yeah, Mahomes should not be the favorite for MVP. He should not. He's having a terrible season, but they're still the only undefeated team. And wins mean more to the voters, even though it shouldn't. It's dumb. All right, Tampa keeping the offense on the field for this 4th-and-1. Yeah, I heard that there was controversy in the WNBA finals. I don't really care. Baker under center for his 4th-and-1, going to do a jet sweep left side. Good blocking, can get the 1st and more inside the 30, and finally forced out of bounds at the 25. Hell of a play on 4th-and-1. That's a gutsy play call. But it works, and that is Jalen McMillan on the carry. I mean, again, refs are bad in every single league, so it's about time. About time that something happens in there to like finally bring notes to it. Baker under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the right. 1st-and-10 from the 25. Going to play action, looking to throw. Good time in the pocket, gonna launch one left side. Has a man wide open. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans gets Tampa on the board first. And that was a really good drive. How do you leave Mike Evans that wide open? LSU players, yeah, that's fair. I mean, outside of like the few Heat games I'm gonna be watching this season, I'm pretty much gonna focus on the NBA as a on in the background during NHL type of thing. I'm not really gonna be a main focus for me unless there's like a player I like that's on that night. And the extra point is up and good. Tampa takes the early 7-0 lead. This Wednesday when it starts, I'll be watching the Heat game, but it's only because it's a win-win situation for me. And plus, we'll probably be live during it. We've missed the past few Wednesday nights, but we might go live this Wednesday night. We'll see. That was a great drive for Tampa, and we had a commercial break. I know tomorrow night is the big night for the NHL. I know, but there's one game tonight, right? Yeah. It's Tampa and Toronto. Yeah, tomorrow night is when every single team is playing, and ESPN's doing their red zone style of broadcast for the NHL. I mean, that's basically the Pro Bowl. No, I mean, you need to have rules in sports. Only 50 games. Yeah, that's fair. But at the same time, they played a Magic to begin the season, and if the Magic win, I get half off Papa John's. If the Heat win, the Heat win. And also, the Panthers aren't on Wednesday night, so I don't have anyone else to watch. Yeah, well, you have the NFL, and the UFL did this more so than anything. But the NFL is starting to allow, the replay center to have a say on the calls. We saw it with, I don't remember what game exactly, but there was a game earlier this season where initially they're going to call pass interference, but New York and the replay center case stepped in and said no, there was no penalty on that. So it's a thing. It needs to become a more frequent occurrence. Good. The Panthers play the Wild tomorrow. That's gonna be a fun game to watch while I work on predictions. I mean, how do you leave Mike Evans that wide open? That was Mike Evans's 100th career touchdown. And yeah, he's a bona fide Hall of Famer at this point. Yeah, that was a great game against Vegas on Saturday. That was a lot of fun to watch. And I'm excited for how the rest of the season continues. 4-2-1 without having Barkov or Kachuk for the past few games. Damn good start. Yeah, I don't remember exactly what game, but to be fair, it's also happened a few times. All right, the kickoff underway. Baltimore's going to return this beginning from the goal line, and they're going to work their way past the 30 to about the 35. So a decent return there. And that's where Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry will kick things off for this drive. Yep. So again, because of where I'm situated, it is tough to get. And I don't have like the special stuff for the Panthers game, so most of the time I do like either play-by-play stuff. I find online like through YouTube like some of this for the NHL, or it's just I get the home teams broadcasts. Like for the Vancouver game, I was watching it through the Canadian Center because that's the one I got. All right, Lamar in shotgun, back to his left. Going to hand this off up the middle for Derrick Henry, first play, and going to gain about 3-ish on the play. What's up? Yeah, the Panthers almost going to shootout. That would have been fun to see. But up there, Forsling, man, he's a stud. So again, I have the Kachuk's jersey. I got it during Game 6 initially, but only got that one because they didn't have a Forsling jersey at the stadium. And I wanted to get one that night. 2nd and 6, Lamar in shotgun, back to his left. 2 receiving options to each side, and send receiver in motion. And going to keep it himself, read option up the middle, and going to get to midfield for a Baltimore first down. Hey, Baltimore knows how to utilize the mobility really well. Aaron Gordon agreed to a 4-year extension with the Nuggets. That's nice. He deserves it. I mean, he's been playing well for them the past few years. Yeah, Vita Vea is back this week. As well as Rashard White, who we saw in the opening drive. Faking the toss right side, going to throw a screenplay left side for Zay Flowers, and has some good blocking, and going to work his way up to about the 44. No, the 39, gain of 11, and a Baltimore first down. Yeah, Bobrovsky, fucking, that dude's a brick wall. It's a fan. When he is hot, he is one of the best goalies to watch in the NHL. Like it is so fun to watch him. And hell, he basically saved the playoffs last year against Tampa with that incredible no-look save. Lamar under center, back and fullback behind him, going to toss this left side for Derrick Henry, who's going to lose about 2 on the play. Oh no! If they say this is a Baltimore fumble, it's a clear recovery from Tampa. They're ruling him down, but Tampa does have a clear recovery. It's going to be a loss of about 1-ish on the play. See this replay. No, he's down. He's down. Yeah, Chuck's from St. Louis. He brought the cup back there after they won. It was good to see. Yeah, Derrick Henry was down. My 2nd and 11, Lamar in shotgun, and back to each side. Ball on the 40. Gonna look to throw. Pocket collapsing and sacked back at the 49, maybe the 50. Lamar didn't see him coming. And that was Yaya Diaby on the sack. What a name. What a name. Yeah, I see a name like again. Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals last year was electric as hell. So fun to go to that game. I plan to go to a few again this season. OGU. I would like to see the Bulls. I would like to see the Bulls from the old OG USFL make it to the UFL. I don't think they're going to go into Florida though anytime soon. And this 3rd and 19 play also resorts in the sack. Levante David and Antoine Winfield meet Lamar in the backfield. Disastrous set of downs, and Baltimore's going to be forced to punt. I would like to see the Bulls return, only because that was the team that Zonka had a big factor in, and it would be cool to see them return. The Bandits, they had their chance in the revival of the USFL, and Tampa is just a hard market to hit for another football team because the Buccaneers have been so consistently good in recent years. Whereas look at Jacksonville now. It would be, I feel like a team there would be a very similar success story to what the Defenders were before the Commanders got good. Punt comes off clean, and it's going to bounce in the end zone for a touchback. Yeah, Kachuk's from St. Louis. Yeah. Again, so Reinhardt, Kachuk, Barkov, Forsling, Bennett. Speaking of, they're working on a Bennett extension. That's gonna be great to see for Hagee, and then like Bobrovsky and those other people on this Ekblad, Forsling. Tampa's got a squad, and even with all the turnover, like they're looking to make it 3 straight finals appearances. That would be incredible. I mean, could the Jaguars have? I mean, the Jaguars could definitely have been 3-4, and then they had that tight loss to Houston, but they got blown out by Buffalo. So no, I mean they couldn't. They were not going to win that game. So 6-1, then, and then what were the other losses? Like that's the thing. Like you need to be able to win 1-score games. But that loss to Chicago, that was a blowout. So 4-2 would probably be what their best would be. Yeah, they wouldn't be 7-0, no. Because that Buffalo and Chicago game alone make them a minimum of 5-2. Because those games were just too big of a blowouts. And then all the others were 1-score games. So 5-2 realistically. They should have beat Cleveland. And hell, they should have beat us. Yeah, again, the thing with the Tampa team is like if you're the UFL and you have intentions to expand, the ideal is you want to hit markets that either get overlooked by already existing professional teams, have been abandoned by already existing professional leagues, or don't have any existing professional teams that are of quality. That's why when the DC Defenders first hit the scene, it was the perfect time. The Nationals were getting bad. The Capitals were not good. Commanders were not good. Hell, even Baltimore were in a little slow spot at that point. Same with the Oilers. Or not Oilers. Orioles. Dios. Like, it was a perfect situation for DC. And a team in Jacksonville would be a great spot for that as well. Oh, yeah. Jacksonville, the Jaguars have way too much talent to be at 2-5 at the moment. It sucks. Is that really the last time the Bucks beat the Ravens? I mean, I kind of understand it, but at the same time, not really. Was it really 0-2? Mayfield under center getting play action, looking to throw first play of the drive. Gonna step up, avoiding pressure, rolling to his right now, and eventually dumps it off to Bucky Irvin. Somehow finds him and gains 13-14 on the play. I did not close that properly. Shit. Oh, fuck yeah, that's bad. That's fantastic. Damn, that's crazy. That 0-2 was the last time. Fuck me. All right, Baker under center, back behind him. Three receiving options to the right side, going to send one in motion. Handoff up the middle, and that's going to be a gain of about 2. I did not close my drink properly. What's up, Daniel? I did not close my drink properly and accidentally spilled it fucking everywhere. That's fantastic. Okay, I have more napkins over there. But here's what we're going to do. I'm going to carry this. Sorry for the chaos at the moment. All right, Baker alone in shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Second and 9, ball in about the 36, looking to throw. Quick pass over the middle, going to be caught, and that's Chris Godwin up to about the 42. Yeah, I remember that, because that 0-2 Bucks team is a really good team, and I remember that being a big highlight for them in the championship game. And obviously, like the 0-2 Bucks. I mean, they had a pretty easy opponent in the Super Bowl. It's not like the Raiders were going to do much, even though they had the MVP that season. But the thing with the Raiders that year is they didn't have a lot of true talent on the offense. They just didn't play a lot of quality teams that year. Baker in shotgun, back to his right, 3 receivers to the left side. Gonna look to throw on 3rd and 2. Pass over the middle is caught up to the plus 49 for Jalen McMillan, but we have a flag on the play. Because again, I'm currently working on something that dives into a bunch of like the lower tier teams of the past 20 odd years. And looking at the 0-2 season, I mean, there's no one from the division on here, but they're all like really close to being on that list. Oh yeah, that's gonna be rough in the passer on Baltimore. Hit Baker high. Again, the 0-2 Buccaneers, 2000 Ravens, Legion of Boom, 85 Bears. Like those teams that were led by elite defenses. Like it makes sense why they would eventually like perform as well as they did in the playoffs and everything. Because it's a lot easier to have continued success with a quality defense. Baker and shotgun back to each side, going to hand this off right side for Rashard White. And he's going to get past the 30 up to about the 28, 27 yard line. That was a stat that was tweeted. Yeah, only 4 players have reached 100 career touchdown receptions faster than Mike Evans. Those are Jerry Rice, Randy Moss, Terrell Owens, and Marvin Harrison. Mike Evans, bona fide Hall of Famer. All right, 2nd and 3. Baker under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the right side. 3 minutes to go in this first quarter. They're going to hand this off up the middle, and that's going to fight his way forward for Rashard White, and a first down for Tampa. Got exactly 3. I could definitely see them bringing back the Seattle Sea Dragons and the Philadelphia Stars, but not exactly in the same way. I do think that like the team names of Sea Dragons and Stars will continue, but I think they'll be in slightly different locations, just so that way they can try to get a different market that would be a better market for them to hit. A Baker under center, going to play action, looking to throw. 1st and 10, dump off left side for a screenplay. Bucky Irvin cuts up the field, going to get the first down and more, sprinting his way to the 10-yard line. Like again, I could see the Portland Sea Dragons being a thing, or maybe just calling them the Washington Sea Dragons, keeping them in Seattle, but trying to get that entirety of the Pacific Northwest market in that kind of way. The thing with having a team in Pennsylvania is there's already too many successful teams in Pennsylvania that they kind of need to hit more so like a Virginia or a neighbor or some kind of neighboring state that can still be targeting that market. Quick pass right side for 1st and goal, going to be a screenplay to Rashard White and going to gain about 1.5 yards, 2 yards. Like he's gonna whenever the UFL decides to expand, it's going to be really interesting to see where they select to go to and kind of what the reason is behind it. Yeah, you have them in Columbus, you can have them in Canton. There's been a lot of talk about like, yeah, Canton should be a prime location for the UFL, and I do agree with that point. But that point, although if they're gonna have a team in Ohio, they're gonna put it in Canton, and if they're gonna have a team in Canton, they're gonna call it the Bulldogs. Baker looking to throw 2nd and goal, pass right side, incomplete, off target, looking for Mike Evans in the end zone. I would love for the UFL to. Yeah, I would love for the UFL to expand to Florida in some capacity. I just don't see it happening because there's too many quality teams here. And if they do, I feel like Jacksonville would be the better option than, say, like a Tampa or Orlando. In part because I don't really like Camping World Stadium. All right, 3rd and goal. Ball on the 8-ish. Baker alone in shotgun. 3 receivers to the left. Looking to throw. Has some good time in the pocket. Going to shuffle to his right. Now shuffling back towards the left. Throwing left side. Has a man wide open. Chris Godwin. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. They take a quick 2-possession lead. Oh, but there's a flag. It is holding on Tampa. That sucks. That's right. 3rd and long coming up. Holden negates the touchdown. Jeez. Again, like I go into a lot more detail with my thoughts on UFO expansion in the first video I did on it, and that was, but I will admit I did target the West Coast a lot in that video, to the point where like I kind of just did not vote. I did not even look at a lot of Eastern cities. So that's why I plan to make a second one to it. I probably plan to release it on the year anniversary of that first one. We'll see how scheduling goes. Baker in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receiving options left, looking to throw. Going to be a tight end screen left side on 3rd and goal, and going to work his way inside the 5 to the 4. And that was a fantastic tight end screen. But still sets up a 4th and goal. But now you're in a situation where you could realistically go for it here. And up out comes the field goal unit. Going to focus on getting the 2-possession lead. And yeah, there's the game clock is a second behind the play clock. So this 23-yard attempt will need to go before the end of the quarter. 23 yards out, left hash. Kick is up and good. Tampa takes the 10-0 lead. Oh, it's a penalty. Yeah, that happened. Chicago lost the game a few years back because of that, and that was accidental. They were playing Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh, and one of their defensive players was heading off the field, and he accidentally bumped into a ref, and it was a personal foul, and it kept the drive alive for Pittsburgh, and yeah, Chicago lost that game. Yeah, hitting a ref typically is a no-go. There are a few instances where like you can't get away with it. Oh, if it's on purpose, it is 100% a penalty. Like, it is without a shadow of a doubt a penalty. Yeah, you're gonna get fined. It's gonna be a personal foul. Hey, depending on how you purposefully hit him, you might get ejected. All right, and the ensuing kickoff after the 23-yard field goal try is up and is going to be downed in the end zone for a touchback. Baltimore will begin this next drive from the 30 and with 2 seconds left in the first quarter. Okay, I want to say lucky to get a play again. I don't think they will suspend you. I don't think they'll put you on the commissioner's exempt list for it. But you definitely might be suspended a little bit. And make it accidental, yeah. All right, final play of the first quarter. Lamar under center, back and fullback behind him. Going to play action, looking to throw. Pass left side is going to be caught by Mark Andrews. Gain of 13, just missed an outstretched Tampa defender. And it is successfully completed, and that brings us to the second quarter. Baltimore with the ball down by 10. That was a perfectly placed throw, though, by Lamar. He beats me. I mean, the closest thing to a ref getting injured on purpose by someone is the Bottlegate game between, I want to say it was Baltimore and Cleveland. I know for a fact it was in Cleveland. But yeah, they fucked up a call late in that game with like a few seconds to go. And all of a sudden, fucking beer bottles were being thrown and a bunch of trash. One ref had his head split open by debris. Yeah, the NFL has done their damn hardest to cover up that game. Push clear down the stuff. Yeah, and then of course there's the whole like faking injuries, which about Saban a few weeks ago. Well, I'm pretty sure it's during while game day was in Oregon. Saban went in on the whole faking injuries to stop the clock thing. Like he went in on it. Him and Henry's Davis. Yeah, Brad commercial for the in between period of orders. But it's like definitely a weird spot. Right. In between quarters, quickly use this time to say if you are new, subscribe would be greatly appreciated. Trying to get to 300 by the end of the year. And leave a like while you're at it as well. Bunch of play-by-plays. Damn near every single primetime. Damn near every single Dolphin game. And a bunch of games sprinkled in between. Very good injured. It depends. It's complicated how that works, but it depends who has the ball. If it's a defensive player that gets injured, pretty sure nothing happens. It's just a injury timeout. If an offensive player goes down and they don't have any timeouts, it's a 10-second runoff. I believe that's true. It might be more complicated than that. It typically doesn't happen in the NFL, so I don't. Lamar under center back behind him for this 1st and 10. Gonna hand this off right side for Zay Flowers on the jet sweep. And some good blocking and good footwork. Is going to get him past the 40 and finally brought down at the 36. Yeah, it is. Because there's not really a necessarily like penalty for doing it. Because typically it's the defense doing it and it's just going to stop the clock for a little bit. I don't think there's a 10-second runoff for the defense doing it. Oh, Flowers is now down on the sideline after that play. He's in pain. Ugh. All right, 1st and 10 from the 37. Lamar in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receivers to the left. Going to send one of them in motion. Play action, going to look to throw and stepping up and just taking it himself with room to run and going to fight his way up for about 11 on the play before Antoine Winfield Jr. brings him down. Are you surprised? Both the Yankees and the Dodgers have like doubled the payroll of the average MLB team. And neither of those teams have been in the World Series for a few years. Even the Yankees last time they were in it was 2009. It only makes sense that they're gonna be favored a bit. Lamar in shotgun, back to his right, going to hand this off at Derrick Henry left side and going to work his way up to about the 20. Whoever the home team is. I don't know. I feel like it would be funny to see Punkel's reaction to the Dodgers losing in the World Series because like the Dodgers are the only team he gives a shit about out of any sport. So it'd be funny to see his reaction to it. For those who don't know, Punkel is one of me and Bob Flash's friends. Lamar in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receivers right side as well. Going to pass it right side for Isaiah Likely, and it's caught. And no one tagged him. He's getting up and fighting his way up to the 8-yard line. And Flowers was in for that play, but he's not back to the sideline. All right, 1st and goal from the 9. Lamar in shotgun, back to his right. 2 receivers to each side. Gonna look to throw. Pass over the middle. Mark Andrews, touchdown, Baltimore. Wide open. No one guarding the middle of the field. And finally, the Ravens get on the board. That's fair. I mean, again, that's fair. I mean, like, it's it's not an easy job being a ref. And obviously, like, fan bases are going to obviously have like their own biases towards their team of like, oh, we should not be getting as many calls as the other. Most of the time, though, like the refs do try to keep it pretty even, as the extra point is up and good. Like, well, yeah, like the Chiefs have gotten some like really questionable calls late in games. That the issue is like 90% of the NFL penalties are all subjective penalties. That's the issue. The issue isn't, oh, they want the Chiefs to win. The issue is like damn near every single penalty in the NFL is subjective. For the Yankees, probably. It might be 28th. I don't know. I don't keep track of that shit. You have the NFL script. That's weird. How do you have the script? I thought Grossi does it. Like Grossi has the script. It's crazy. We have at commercial break after the Baltimore touchdown. Again, Baltimore finally had a good drive going. Tampa so far has been having back to back. Baltimore has had back to back good drives. Miami goes undefeated the rest of the season. Ain't gonna happen, but if I can control the script, that's what it would be. Yeah, that's true. But to be fair, that's also like, yeah, they're the winningest franchise in all of sports. That's also because they've been around since 1900s, basically. Meanwhile, the Super Bowl has been around since 1967. The NBA's championship has been around since the 60s, roughly as well. The NHL also, I mean, no, it's been around for a lot longer, but really, like those teams there, for some reason, still having a hard time getting rings, like the legacy teams, frankly, like the original six teams. In part because the Canadian team has not won the NHL champion, has not won the Stanley Cups in 32 years at this point. Yeah, it will be the 28th. That's what I thought. Yeah, I know they've had a ton. Yeah, but again, like they haven't won it in what almost 15 years. All right, Tucker gonna send this one down where it will be down in the end zone for a touchback. Tampa will begin from the 30. 14 behind is crazy. Like that's a crazy number. Jeez. Now let's see what Tampa can do in this next drive. Baker under center, back behind him. Two receiving options to each side. First and 10. First play of the drive is going to be a handoff left side, and that's going to get to about the 34, maybe 35 for Sean Tucker. I mean, it's like 13 championships is a crazy amount. And I know like the Celtics and the Lakers have like what 18. The Celtics have one more, so 19 and 18 respectively, which that's also a crazy amount, but still. Oh yeah, you're a Mariners fan? Yeah, I don't follow the MLB well enough to have like a proper team. Might as well go for chaos. Baker play action, looking to throw in 2nd and 5. Gonna try to step up now. We're going to fumble it, but Tristan Wirfs falls on it about 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage with a flag down on the play. 11, hey, 11 is still good. But I think pretty sure the Cardinals is more recent than the Yankees. Defensive holding is the penalty, so 5 yards, an automatic first down. Even if Baltimore recovered the fumble, it would not have done anything. Yeah, that's clear. Yeah, that would have been a clean fumble. I could not tell you anything about the MLS. I could not. I don't even know how many teams there are in that league. All right, handoff left side for 1st and 10 from the 40. Going to gain about 3 on the play for Sean Tucker. Yeah, last one was 2011. Yeah, it's not that bad. 13 years ago. I mean, yeah, it's. I'd rather have a ring in I'd rather have a ring in the 2000s than not have one. All right, 2nd and 7. Baker and shotgun back to his left. 2 receiving options to each side. And they're going to hand this off once again up the middle for Sean Tucker. Going to gain about 4 on the play. Depends what difficulty you're playing on and how experienced you are in Madden. Like, if you played Madden for a long time, it can be really simple and just running the same like 3 or 4 plays over and over is. Yeah, and he was against the Rangers. I know a decent bit of MLB history, mainly like the 2000 stuff, but I don't know. Alright, if he's getting the hang of it, then yeah. Pass right side for 33 for Rashard White, going to be caught, getting the first down and more, and push out of bounds at the 40 by Roquan Smith. It was like newer Maddens definitely have a learning curve to them because they're not well made games. That was a wide open flat route to Rashard White. Jeez, Baltimore. I think your defense was inconsistent, but I wasn't expecting y'all to be leaving wide open receivers like this. All right, Baker and shotgun back to his right. 3 receivers to the left. Going to hand this off up the middle for Rashard White and going to find a lane and getting pushed forward to about the 32. So 2nd and 8 coming up. Yeah, because 2K on like the 2K is I want to say it's a much better game when it comes to like the quality of it, but it definitely is easier to learn and get better at. All right, Baker under center, back behind him, 2 receiving options to each side, gonna play action, looking to throw. Tight end screen right side, Cade Otton gonna get the first down and the gain of about 5. Yeah, like 2K definitely has a little bit. It takes a little bit more skill than Madden, but at the same time, it's easier to learn and adapt on the fly compared to Madden. Because like the shot meter helps a lot when it comes to just getting the timing down. All right, Baker and shotgun back behind him. 3 receivers to the left, going to hand this off up the middle. Rashard White going to lower his shoulder and get up to the 25-yard line, a gain of 3. I wouldn't even say Madden has a lot to learn in the fact of it. It's just you need to learn like the cheese plays when it comes to Madden. And they're different for what offense and different depending on what defense you go against. But once you have that and you learn like those very specific plays, you can beat any defense with them. Baker and shotgun back to his left. 3 receivers right side looking to throw in 2nd and 7. Gonna launch one deep. Left side has a man and dropped. Mike Evans had the step and it's through his hands. Oh, and he's down in pain in back of the end zone. Oh, both players are in pain, but Evans is Oh, Mike Evans is in a lot of pain. Ooh, yeah, got landed on. Legs got landed on. Trying to make that diving play by Brandon Stevens. Ugh, fuck, man, come on. Yeah, that brings us to a commercial. Been 100 Tampa. I think Tampa will win, but at the same time, like, if you're gonna do any kind of betting, always do it responsibly. Okay, to flip that, Bob Flash, because last time the Cardinals won against the Yankees in a World Series. When was the last time y'all played them in a World Series? Like, is that's I feel like a very important thing to add into that. And yeah, prayers up for Mike Evans. He's a bona fide Hall of Famer, one of the most consistent receivers in the NFL in recent NFL history. Seeing him go down like that and in the amount of pain it seems like he's in, it fucking sucks. I mean, we'll see. Yeah, again, Mike Evans is a pretty, pretty reliable receiver. He does not get injured a lot. So the fact that he went down like that this time, it's uncommon, but man, does it. And honestly, that's what makes this suck even more. Yeah, bad commercial. Like I'm even wearing the Mike Evans jersey tonight. Like the two is also the only Tampa jersey I have. But like he's a Hall of Famer, man. It's simple. All right, he's walking under his own power towards the sideline. That's a good sign. And yeah, again, to show the consistency, 1,000 plus receiving yards in each of first 10 seasons in the league. And yeah, again, walking under his own power towards the locker room. That's a great sign, but we'll have to wait and see. Okay, yeah. So if the last time y'all even met them in a World Series was it resulted in a Cardinals win, then it's fine. Like you have that over there. Baker looking to throw in 3rd and 7. Has time, pass over the middle for Chris Godwin is caught after being bobbled and going to get it finally brought down inside the 10 and about the 9. Okay, when it comes to the Canes, like there's been a few of those wins have been through really like correct calls, but really controversial, controversial calls in the sense of they were really close and it just happened to go the Canes' way. All right, Baker and shotgun back to his right, 3 receivers to the right side as well. 1st and goal, going to hand this off up the middle for Bucky Irvin inside the 5 and brought down at the 3. Again, if you consistently have calls go your way, you're gonna have people talking about things being in your favor, even though it just might not be. All right, Baker looking to throw in 2nd and goal. Has time in the pocket. And plenty of time. Geez, what a pocket. Throwing right side, and that's a terrible decision. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey in the back of the end zone. What are you doing, Baker? Just throw it away, if anything. You had so much time in the pocket. Hell, you had plenty of time. You could have just taken it yourself. Like, there's no need to throw that pass there. Like, step up and step into it. You have plenty of space. And if you wanted to throw it back corner of the end zone, lob it up a bit more so your receiver can at least make a play on the ball. That way they could potentially knock it away. That was a direct pass to Marlon Humphrey's chest. All right, but that brings us to a commercial. Like Baker has been playing really well this season, so a pass like that just doesn't make sense. But yeah, Baltimore has a chance now taking the lead. Ugh. And hate seeing Mike Evans go down like that. Like that's he would have had the touchdown as well. Hmm. That's interesting. Yeah, now showing the replay of that interception. Just man, it's not a great decision. He also kind of threw it late as well, but yeah, that's just a bad throw. 170 stadium, damn. Yeah, break getting over that hump at an opposing team's stadium is nice. All right, Lamar in shotgun, back to his right, two receivers to each side. Going to hand this off for Derrick Henry up the middle. Good blocking and room to run. First down and a gain of about 12, maybe 13 on the play. He instantly went for that he instantly went and grabbed for his leg. They showed him Mike Evans injury again. All right, Lamar alone in shotgun. Three receivers to the left, two to the right. About 5.5 to play. Lamar looking to throw. Gonna roll out to his right as pocket comes quick. As pressure comes quick. Gonna throw it, went deep. Right side has a man caught. First down and more. Inside the 20, Rashard Bateman. Inside the 15, the 10. Finally brought down at the 8. Lamar just chucked it down there after escaping the pressure. Yeah, he's good job escaping the pressure off the right side and just he throws it. He kind of I want to say underthrows it, but he throws it well enough to where Rashard Bateman can come back to it and be the only person able to make a play on that ball. So what just all right, there's now a stoppage of clock going on in this game. Damn. NBA baseball is. Oh, Tampa's calling their first time out after that whole fiasco. Okay. Okay. And what am I seeing from LA, Arizona right now? What's this play? Kyle Murray throwing an interception to a defensive lineman who then fumbled, kicked it down the field where Arizona then recovered. Fucking hell. Yeah, that's just a chaotic play. Okay. All right, first and goal for Baltimore. Ball on the 8. Lamar under center, back and fullback behind him. Going to play action, looking to throw, has time. Going to escape to his left, looking downfield. Michigan has just loft one incomplete, a throwaway towards the end zone. Look, Derrick Henry, closest intended receiver. Okay, you're good, Ball Flash. Oh yeah, guy, I like researching that random stuff like that as well, but it's just mainly football. All right, Lamar in shotgun, back to his left. Two receivers to each side, gonna send Zay Flowers in motion. Gonna escape to his right and untouched into the end zone. Touchdown, Lamar Jackson. But there's a flag on the play. It was a designed QB keeper, and it's seeming like they're gonna bring this back. Holding on Baltimore is the call. Damn. I'm sorry, that was called holding? That was called holding. Okay. Okay, I guess. Lamar in shotgun, back to his left, two receivers to each side. Ball now on the 18, second and goal. Going to look to throw. Pressure comes in quick. Screenplay left side. Justice Hill has the block in the 5 and touchdown Baltimore. They get in anyway. And they take their first lead of the night. I mean, Tampa sent the blitz. Baltimore called a great screenplay to counteract it. And now Justin Tucker for the extra point. The kick is up, and Tucker puts it through. I mean, that was kind of a nothing holding call now. But that'll bring us to a commercial break with about 4:23 to go in this half. I mean, again, but Baltimore is just that good of a team. You're not going to be able to hold them out for that long. So you need to capitalize on every drive possible, and you can't be throwing interceptions like that. Just simple. You can't be throwing interceptions like that. All right. Yeah, but Baltimore's offense now come to life. Going to be interesting to see what Tampa's offense can do without Mike Evans for this next drive. And again, hopefully Evans is okay. Sucks to see someone like him go down, who's just been such a consistent player in this league and has a really great talent. But Tampa's going to have to play the foreseeable portions of this game without him. Oh, the next international game is Giants Panthers, isn't it? Damn, that's. Well, no, I think there's one more in between then and now. Now and then. Like, damn. All right, back from commercial. And they're highlighting the $2 million that the Buccaneers franchise made to the relief due to Hurricane Helene and Milton. Yeah, those coming back to back like that was just rough for the community, for the Tampa community. All right, and the kickoff underway. And this is going to be out the back of the end zone for a touchback. Tampa will begin from the 30. You know, I get it. The hatred towards Baltimore makes complete sense. And I don't fully blame you. PB pick. Same goes with the Steelers. I think both of those have stopped Miami in the past from having more playoff wins. All right, Baker in shotgun. Back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. Going to motion a tight end from the right to the left. So it's trips left. Going to hand this off left side for Sean Tucker. Has some good blocking. Going to get a first down and more. Finally forced out of bounds at the 45. Like I said, 08, Baltimore beat Miami in Miami in the playoffs. And then 16, Pittsburgh beat us. I don't know why it's typically AFC North teams. I don't get it. Baker under center, back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. Going to hand this off left side for Sean Tucker once again. And going to fight his way for about 2 on the play. Yeah, that's true. But also, like, Big Ben was like prime Big Ben. Easily had an argument to being one of the best quarterbacks of the 2000s. He had an argument because he would not go down for shit. Like it took a lot to bring him down in the pocket. He was decently mobile as well to be able to extend plays. Had one hell of a pump fake. Like he consistently had the Steelers in contention. Baker looking to throw, going to throw it left side and incomplete. Kind of looking for Chris Godwin, kind of not. Just a weird throw there. Third and eight coming up. And then you have his like late 2010s into the 2020s years where he became a statue in the pocket. And yeah, Big Ben's fall off was crazy. Oh yeah, through the hands of Chris Godwin. Also, official report: Mike Evans is out for the rest of the game with a hamstring injury. That sucks. All right, 3rd and 8, Baker and shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers to the right side, and that's going to be a false start on the right tackle. Do it. Do it. We have false start on Tampa, going to be a 3rd and 13 coming up. Depending on how long this game goes, I see the VC going on right now. Depending on how long this game goes up until I might join that for an hour or so. If they're still doing it. Baker and shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers to the right side, going to look to throw. 3rd and 13. Pass right side into triple coverage is picked off again by Marlon Humphrey at the 40 this time. What are you doing, Baker? Yeah, true. They probably will be. I don't know. I don't want people in there right now. Oh, and now Humphrey's down on the ground. But that was a great interception there. And looking for Chris Godwin, but if anything, he had a receiver more open down the field. Like, yeah, that was just not a good decision. Hey, Baker, I don't know what he was looking at there. Yeah, Marlon Humphrey secures it on his shoulder pad. That's a great interception. His 2nd of the night. I don't know, he might need LASIK, just like Jameis did. I don't know. He's seen go. He either needs to take Jameis's advice and get LASIK, or take Sam Darnold's advice and stop seeing ghosts. I don't know what it is. Yes, you are correct in that, Bob Flesh. Evans is 13. Again, I got the Evans jersey on. Got this when I went to the Buccaneers Falcons game last year. That was a great game. I wanted to get the creamsicle jersey, but they were an extra $50, and I'm like, hell no. Yep, add commercial break after the interception. I can't confusing franchise mode. That's, I mean, like very similar numbers, named with somewhat equal lengths. We have a select commercial in this one. All right, here we go. Just coming back from commercial. Again, Baker, just a weird day today. Had that great first few drives, but since then. Nice. Maybe again, Tampa's a good team for that kind of stuff. All right, Lamar in shotgun. Back to his right. Two receivers each side. Going to hand this off with Justice Hill up the middle and going to gain about 3, maybe 4 on the play. Yeah, Marlon Humphreys having himself one hell of a day already. 2 interceptions. And it's just Baker. I don't know what Baker's seeing out there. All right, Lamar in shotgun. Back to his left. 2 receiving options to each side. 2nd and 7, ruling that previous play a gain of 3. Lamar making adjustments at the line. 2:25 to play in the half. Going to keep it himself up the middle. Not going to cut towards that left side and work his way up to the 45-yard line. A gain of about 2. So 3rd and 4, ruling in a gain of 3. Yeah, 3rd and 4. Big time 3rd down for Tampa. The defense needs to try and make a stop here. They'll bring us to the 2-minute warning. All right, 2-minute warning in this one now. Maybe, who knows? Either way, against he's just not playing like Baker so far this season, like he has so far this season. It's weird. He's made some really good throws today alone, but I do feel like not having Mike Evans anymore. It's kind of just like, well, my guy on those 3rd and longs is gone all of a sudden, and I need to try to figure out like who else is going to step up, and he's trying to make those 0 ball throws, but he doesn't really need to. Like, there's no need to throw it into triple coverage. Again, like, you don't want to give the Ravens good starting field position in. If you have a chance to just throw it away and have the Ravens start backed up in their own territory, take it. Force them to go length of the field. Oh, yeah, with Atlanta's loss yesterday, they definitely want Tampa to lose tonight. But, like, at the same time, it is hard to tell, like, it is hard to tell who's going to end up winning this division. Like, it's clear that it's between Tampa and Atlanta, and I feel like everyone knew that there was going to be, like, a 1-game difference between these teams. Like, we'll see. It could come down to their next meeting in Tampa. Well, at least one Tampa team. I guess neither Tampa team's having a lot of success tonight. The Lightning just pulled their goalie after he let up 4. Like, damn. How is that game? It's 5-1 Toronto. Jeez. Meanwhile, it's still a 0-0 game over in Arizona. That's a tough one. Yeah, that Chargers Cardinals game that's an ugly one. No, they don't. If Atlanta loses that game, they split. Yeah, I thought you were saying that Atlanta won. Lamar in shotgun, back to his right. 2 receivers each side, 3rd and 5. Quick pass left side is caught by Isaiah Likely. He's going to be brought down for a gain of about 6. Enough for a Baltimore first down. Because again, if they tied record entering that game, it's going to come down to like the winner of that game. Because I'm pretty sure they played week 18. All right, Lamar in shotgun, back to his left, looking to throw on 1st and 10. Has time, they're going to quick pass right side and off. They're going to pass it right side and off target. A minute and a half to play. All right, now Marlon Humphrey's walking towards the locker room. Jeez, the injuries tonight already. Well, again, assuming that Tampa and Atlanta are tied entering that game, then yeah, the winner of that's going to end up winning the division most likely because they'll have a 1-game lead. All right, Lamar looking to throw in 2nd and 10. Quick pass right side is caught by Rashard Bateman. He's going to get up to about the 43 with a flag down on the play. Baltimore gets ball to begin the second half, so it's be a good spot. And it is roughing the passer on Tampa. Tacked on 15 to the end of that play. And that, oh yeah, he hit high. And that's going to put Baltimore in field goal range already. He went high, hit him in the head neck area. That's going to be roughing the passer 10 times out of 10. Well, 9.5 times out of 10. All right, just under a minute and a half to play in this first half. Ball now on the 28. Lamar in shotgun, back to his right. 2 receiving options to each side. Going to play action, looking to throw. Passing over the middle, has a man wide open. Mark Andrews inside the 10, brought down at the 8, maybe ruling it the 7. Yeah, Tampa did not need that penalty there. And Baltimore's going to let the clock run. Hey, McDaniel, take notes. This is how you do end of half clock management. Oh, Mark Andrews is so open on that. Fucking hell. How do you leave him that wide open? All right, 1st and goal, ball on the 8. Lamar in shotgun, back to his right. 2 receiving options to each side. Gonna shift the back behind him. As they hand this off left side for Justice Hill, he's going to lose about 2 on the play, back to the 10 with flags flying. Most likely going to push Baltimore back 10. Yep, holding on Baltimore. Yeah, that was clear. Ronnie Stanley getting called for that. All right, 1st and goal, now from the 18. Lamar in shotgun, back to his right. 2 receivers to each side. Man sent in motion from left to right, looking to throw. Gonna pass it right side for the end zone, an incomplete overthrow in Isaiah Likely. Would have had to have been a perfect keyhole shot, but just wasn't. 31 seconds left, 2nd and goal coming up. All right, 2nd and goal. Derrick Henry still on the sideline. Lamar in shotgun, back to his left. 2 receivers to each side. 18 yards. Lamar going to hand this off with Justice Hill up the middle, and he's going to work his way inside the 15 to about the 13 with flags flying once again. Is Baltimore about to lose every single yard they gain? Yeah, it's another holding call on Baltimore. They're about to lose every single yard they've gained on this drive due to holding penalty. Like, that's crazy. I mean, just keep getting pushed back. The good news for Baltimore is they have a pretty reliable kicker. Right? Not Baltimore, Tampa has called their second timeout. Like, Justin Tucker is a pretty reliable kicker. I know he's been somewhat inconsistent this season, but he is still someone you are confident in sending out for a kick no matter what the distance is. As that brings us to a commercial break. Is this the new Call of Duty? Yeah, Black Ops 6. Damn, that comes out this week? Fuck. Did not realize that. Yep. Horns down. QB though, for me, UCF and everything else, so could go for USF, but yep. Horns down. But again, when it comes to college football, I love the chaos. Like, I'm gonna be rooting for Vandy again. Speaking of Backlash, have you seen the AP poll? Have you seen the new AP poll yet? Because I want to talk about it. If not, go look at it real quick. So we don't spoil shit. Oh damn, Giants Steelers next week, Monday Night Football. Nice. Yeah, well. Army, Navy, and Vanderbilt. 23, 24, and 25. That's the shit. Last time all three of those teams were ranked at the same time was 1938. That's the type of shit. Like, there we go, Vandy. Love to see it. And plus Army and Navy as well having that success. All right, second and goal coming up at the 20. At the 28. Lamar in shotgun, back to his right, going to quick pass right side of a Justice Hill screenplay, and going to work his way back up to about the 18 with flags flying. Please be another holding penalty. Please. It's on Baltimore. It is offensive pass interference. So on Isaiah Likely. I'm pretty sure does that put Baltimore out of field goal range? Because it's 15 from the initial spot, right? That's not gonna push them damn near out of field goal range. Yeah, it's been a long time since those two teams were ranked at the same time. Okay, no, it's still ball in the 38. They're still in field goal range. But they've moved back 30 yards in 3 plays. Lamar in shotgun, going to quick pass right side, screenplay with Justice Hill, and he's going to work his way up to the 30. 12 seconds on the clock. Third and goal coming up as we have a timeout called by Baltimore. 13 and a half, I think. It ended up being about 10, but yeah, that's fucking hell. That's like 3 straight plays with penalties. Like, jeez. There's the away timeout. Like, fuck. All right, third and goal. 13 seconds left. One more play here. Oh, would they have a kick distance? No, they had 17, basically. Lamar in shotgun, back to his right. 2 receivers to each side looking to throw. Pass over the middle is caught. and going to be brought down at the 10-yard line. Nelson Aguilar. You add basically 17 for kick distance. Because the hold happens 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and you add 10 for the end zone. So now with ball at the 10, it's going to be a 27-yard try. Like, why are you leaving the middle of the field that open? I mean, Baltimore called their second timeout with 7 seconds to go. 4th and goal. Officially ruling a 28-yard try is about the 27.5-yard line. So from the right hash, the 28-yard try. Snap good, hold good, kick up, and good. Baltimore with a 7-point lead entering the half. As Baltimore also gets ball to begin the second half. Yeah, the Giants are having one tough season, and I guess you can kind of say it was expected, but at the same time, Daniel Jones, he's just not having it. Since he signed that contract, has not been having really anything go his way. So it's like, I feel bad for him because he can be a quality quarterback. It's just like he isn't playing well. The Giants as a whole aren't playing well. I don't know how much longer he's going to have a shot there in New York, and who knows what happens after he leaves. Yeah, because in sophomore year we didn't our kicker was our punter, so I did the holds for our one game sophomore year because of COVID. So yeah, I didn't know that. All right, kickoff back in the end zone, touchback. Tampa will need this out from the 30. Last year, probably you could like the past 2 seasons, you can make an argument for they should have been the Giants' years to win that division, and they just haven't been. And part of it is Daniel Jones, but like the injuries he's been dealing with, and just the poor built team around him. Like, how much longer does Joe Shane have to keep his job there as GM? I don't know. Yeah, that brings us to halftime. Then kneel down. So this game started off all Tampa, and has since been all Baltimore, with 17 unanswered. Top quarterbacks for that's a top quarterbacks for next year's draft. Well, the obvious is like Shadur Sanders, Quinn Ewers, Cam Ward. Like those are the big names. But like when it comes to like what I expect Miami to do, kind of like the area of the draft I'm looking at for quarterbacks is more so that like late day 2, early day 3. So like in that category, that's where I could see someone like Diego Pavia going out of Vanderbilt. Uh, who else? Who else? Dylan Gabriel will probably go around there as well. Indiana's quarterback, he's having a decent enough season this year where I feel like he could be a sneaker in the later rounds. Like, I don't fully like look and dive into prospects until we get closer to the draft. So, like all the stuff I'm saying right now is like very rough evaluations based off of like the highlights I see mostly. Garrett Musmeyer is not gonna go in no. Like I'll probably end up doing more like a decent bit more draft content this year than I did last year or a few months ago. Well, I'll probably dive a little bit deeper into prospects. So yeah, right now because on Saturdays I'm busy doing other stuff, so I just have a bunch of games on in the background, and that's how I keep up. Whoever Oklahoma State's quarterback is, he could be a sneaky later round guy, I think. Yeah, when it comes to like first round talent, where the Giants arguably should be drafting at, Cam Ward's my favorite. I do think Cam Ward probably is probably playing the best at the moment out of them. Will he actually end up being the best? Who knows? And then yeah, Shedeur, when okay, who were you going to say that about Flash? Yes, I will definitely do some quarterback prospects because I do want because I didn't do because I it's weird because I do. I'm gonna do the positions that like I feel like Miami should really be targeting, and just this year I do feel like Miami should go for a quarterback at some point in the draft because our backup position is dog shit. Oh yeah, Cam Moore should be the first. Yeah, again, I'll definitely dive into the quarterback position. Probably the O line as well. Defensive, but yeah, both lines, so offense and defensive line would be stuff I go over. And then as the season progresses, I'll figure out more like ideal what positions I would want Miami to get. Are you kidding me? They're showing highlights from the Chargers Cardinals game, and the Chargers fumbled. Please tell me they say that was incomplete. Because if the Chargers fumbled at the 3 and went out of bounds, that would have been crazy. Oh yeah, Eli is. I have a massive amount of respects for every quarterback that ends up having great success. Eli, I have even more respect for because he withstood. He kept the perfect season alive for Miami by beating Tom Brady and the '07 Patriots. Like, Eli, I have a massive amount of respect for. I honestly, I do expect Eli to end up making the Hall of Fame at some point. While I don't think he'll be first ballot, I can see him getting in because he does have 2 Super Bowl rings, both coming against arguably the greatest quarterback of all time. And I'll also say this: when I do inevitably end up going to a game at MetLife, as that's something I want to end up doing, is go to a game with every NFL stadium. When I end up making my way towards MetLife, it will be for a Giants game, not a Jets game, because fuck Jets fans. Even that's probably, I mean, who knows? If anything, I would think the lack of success of the Giants at the moment is more tolerable than the lack of success from the Jets at the moment. It's so hard. It is so hard to gauge how Shadur is going to look in the NFL because at every level he hasn't really been like at every level he hasn't necessarily played a pro style of offense. And even like in college, he also hasn't had the greatest of offensive lines in front of him. I miss Eli as well, weirdly enough, because it's inevitable that the Giants will be on a lot of primetime games every year, or at least a lot of like highlighted games. Like at least when Eli was playing, you knew the games were at least going to be somewhat competitive. At this point for the Giants, I mean, like, when the games are competitive, it's not because they're playing well; it's because the other team is playing bad. I don't know where I would put Vic on my list. I don't. In part because like I never really watched a lot of Vic or like Vic highlights because typically when I would go back and watch highlights of quarterbacks during like during like yeah the late like 2019 2018 that region, it would always be for like the field generals, the pocket passers. I never really watched a lot of Vic. I always heard a lot about him and how great and how electric he was, but I never really watched a lot of him myself. Oh yeah, Eli was a Dragon Slayer. I mean, he slayed Brady twice in the biggest games of his career. It's like that's hella impressive. I know he even went toe to toe against Rodgers in Lambeau multiple times. Put up good performances against Drew Brees, even against Brett Favre. Like he has a lot. There's a reason Eli Manning was the first overall selection in '04. And arguably, you can say he played up to being the first overall pick from that draft. Wendy, and during this past off season, the 2020 quarterback draft class was talked about in the sense of it being the next '04 draft class for quarterback position. At this point, I have no idea because of the amount of injuries that Tua, Burrow, and Herbert have faced. Love played really well, yeah, but then Hurts being very inconsistent. Like there really might be only truly one elite quarterback from that class, and the rest being really good, but just not to the same level. Yeah, and obviously the suffer Vic as well. Again, actually, like, I've seen Vic highlights. It's just yeah, it was never my focus. Again, because like when I would go back and watch highlights, it would be trying to like learn. It would be like trying to like trying to learn how to trying to learn how to like emulate guys. Because I played quarterback, I wanted to try to, and I knew my style. I knew I was never going to be a mobile quarterback the same way that like Lamar and Vic were, or Daniel Jones. I knew that if I was going to make the league, or if I was going to play successfully, it was going to be through pocket passing and good pocket presence. And I had my moments with those, even to this day, whenever I play like I am and shit. Like I have my moments with good pocket presence. Cam Ward. So I joke about the fact that KJ Jefferson reminds me of a knockoff Cam Newton. If anything, Cam Ward reminds me more so of prime Cam Newton than what KJ is supposed to be. Like he is great. He's a great extender. He can make plays with his legs really well, and he has a cannon of an arm. Cam Ward is a really good quarterback. And he's not. I'm not saying he's near MVP prime Cam Newton. I'm saying that he can get to that level if he goes to the right circumstance in the NFL. Really, of Peyton. I don't know, I feel like Cam Ward is more mobile than Peyton Manning ever was. But again, he does have the elite pocket presence, definitely. Yeah, so maybe not exactly Cam, but definitely like he's the closest I can think of because like it's hard to pinpoint a quarterback that has that same level of pocket presence and mobility. That's also like a realistic expectation because I'm not going to say Mahomes. Peyton, man. That commercial was so dumb, but whatever. It's like okay, for as good as Cam Ward is, he is not the sheriff when it comes to the passing and the arm strength. Like Peyton was something else. Like again, the thing with Cam Ward, I would love to see him go to a team in the NFL that has a really good offensive line, or at least a above average offensive line. It's just the thing is, I just don't know what teams that would be per se. Because like Seattle maybe, but I doubt he would go to Seattle because they do trust Geno Smith quite a bit. I would love him in Miami, but we don't have the offensive line for him. And also, I would like to see him actually play. Uh, yeah, I just don't know where Cam Ward would go. Again, about Flash, like none of the only Archie Manning is really known for their mobility. Neither Peyton or Eli are known for being runners. And their Arch all of a sudden also has like some pretty good mobility to him, but we'll see how that progresses and develops through the years. All right, start of the third quarter going to be underway here shortly. What? Why is it down? Whatever. I need to move that now. All right, Tampa going to be kicking this one away to Baltimore to begin the second half. Arizona on the board finally with 5:40 to play in the half, up 6-3. Probably just scored a touchdown. All right, here we go. Tampa going to kick this one away as the second half begins. This will be return beginning from the 5. That's Justice Hill working that right side, going to have a lane to run, and finally knocked out of bounds at the 42-ish. All right. Really good starting field positioning. Yeah, they're showing the stats of Baker Mayfield with and without Mike Evans, and it's clear he's a lot better with Mike Evans, and it's understandable. Yeah, ball in the 42, first play of the second half. Lamar in shotgun back to his right, 2 receivers to each side. And going to start this half off with the play action, going to look to throw, and now just trying to take it himself, left side. Somehow getting some decent blocking and going to work his way up to about the 48 before taking a shot as there's a flag on the play. But the flag was more near the line of scrimmage, so we'll see. Oh man, Lamar takes a hit. Ooh, that's crown of the helmet. Calling low block on Tampa, not even calling the hit. Either way, it's a first automatic first down for Baltimore, but they're not even calling that helmet to helmet hit for the penalty. They're calling Antoine Winfield on a low block against Derrick Henry. Yeah, like, Lamar took a hit to the head. Like, ooh, man, that's crown of the helmet to the side of Lamar's helmet. Jeez. But he's still up. He's in the game. Ball now on the plus 37. Lamar in shotgun back to his left, going to play action, looking to throw. Pocket collapsing, escaping to his left. Buying time, throwing in, has a man going to be caught by Mark Andrews down to, what is that, the 29-yard line? So a gain of about 8 on the play. Ooh, what a toe tap. All right, 2nd and 2. Lamar in shotgun, back to his right. 2 receiving options to each side. Sending the receiver in motion from left to right. Going to play action once again and just trying to dump it off to Isaiah Likely on the right side for a screen, but it is batted away at the line, incomplete. 3rd and 2, and we have ourselves another flag. Illegal man downfield on Baltimore. Called it on Tyler Linderbaum. Yeah, it was supposed to be an RPO. It seems, but took too long to throw that ball. All right, so a 2nd and 7 coming up for Baltimore. That is the Ravens' 7th penalty of the night. Lamar and shotgun back to his right. Two receiving options to each side. Bad snap as it hits Zay Flowers in the head. And Lamar going to recover it and be just forced and just stacked back at the 46. And before going down, he just tossed it to the sideline with the weakest shovel pass. That's going to be intentional grounding as well. The snap bounces off of Zay Flowers' head. All right, and they're picking up the flag saying that Lamar was down before throwing the ball. So it is just a massive sack on the play for Tampa. It hits off of Zay Flowers' shoulder. And it's just a botched play from there. Yeah, that's a very good point, Bob Flash. We have still yet to see a hip drop tackle be called. I don't get it. I don't. So after that disastrous of a play, 3rd and 26 from the 48. Lamar looking to throw. Quick pass right side, Justice Hill screenplay. Going to make one man miss and work his way up to about the 34-yard line. Shy of the first down, but a nice pickup there to at least potentially set up field goal try. Yep, Justin Tucker taking the field for what should be a 50-plus yard try to give Baltimore a 10-point lead. 4th and 7, ball in about the 34, so this should be 51 yards? 52-yard try. 52 yards out, the right hash. Give Baltimore a 10-point lead. Kick is up, and it is right down Broadway. 12:20 to play, and Baltimore somehow is able to escape that disastrous series of events with points. All right. That is great for Tampa. I mean, Tampa has a shot here. They have a nice drive going again. We'll see. The thing is, like, Mike Evans going down is definitely going to hurt the offensive production, and we've seen it already. Very rare commercial. Yeah, Mayfield's really going to need to lock in. All right, let's see. So at commercial, the Cardinals have the ball up by 4 over the Chargers. Okay, that game has been pure chaos so far. They're just absolute chaos. But there's a reason why I'm watching this one instead. No, because one plays for Baltimore and the other played for Cleveland, and both of them have kicked since he's asked. So it makes sense that you would have some animosity towards them. All right, the Ravens about to send this one down for Tampa's first drive of the half. And there's Justin Tucker for the kickoff. This is going to be out the back of the end zone for a touchback. Tampa will begin this drive from the 30. Yeah, but that's not because. That's just because the Browns are dog shit this year. Like, that's the reason you're able to. Like, the Browns are just a truly special team. All right, Baker and shotgun back behind him. Two receiving options to each side. First play for Tampa of this half. And then play action, look to throw. Pass right side, has a man open, caught for a gain of about 15 on the play. This was caught by number 10, Trey Palmer. Marlon Humphrey has been ruled out with a knee injury. All right, Baker under center, going to hand this off up the middle and going to get past midfield to the 49 for Rashad White. Rashad White. That is true. Like, Cleveland, this is a long time coming for Cleveland. They deserve this amount of failure for giving Deshaun Watson all that fucking money. And again, like, because of the fully guaranteed contract, they don't have an out. They need to pay him $72 million next year and $72 million the following year. Like, Cleveland royally screwed up on that. Baker and shotgun back behind him, going to hand this off up the middle once again. And that's a gain of about 5 on the play, enough for a Tampa first down for Rashad White. I feel like I'm ready to say his name. I need to speak in a Boston accent. Yeah, Marlon Humphrey being out for the rest of this game is going to be big as well. All right, Baker and shotgun, the back to each side, going to look to throw on 1st and 10. Quick pass left side for Jaleel McLaughlin. He's going to break one tackle, but still be brought down at the line of scrimmage by Roquan Smith. There you go, 2nd and 10 coming up. Baker and shotgun, back to his left, 2 receivers to each side. Going to hand this off up the middle for Rashad White and going to get up to about the 38-yard line. The football gods work in weird and mysterious ways that cannot be understood. It is as simple as that. Oh, it's getting windy in Tampa. Okay. It was a little windy earlier today near me, so I guess it's finally going over there. All right, Baker is shotgun, back to his right. 2 receivers to each side. 3rd and 6, looking to throw. Has time, going to step up and going to keep it himself and only gain about a yard-ish on the play. Not great. Baker took a hit as well. So we have 4th down coming up. We'll see what Tampa decides to do here. I mean, he kind of has Chris Godwin, but he wasn't looking by the time you wanted to throw it to him. It was Roquan Smith and Madubuike combining on that tackle. That's the 55-yard field goal try coming up from the left hash to make it a 7-point game. Case McLaughlin, 55 yards out. Kick is up. And he doinked it off the right upright. No good. About Carson Beck? I think it'll be a similar story to Stenson Bennett, where he'll be a 5th-ish round pick, a day 3 pick, who has a good story behind him, but just is not going to be able to necessarily do a whole lot once he makes the NFL. I mean, like, he's playing solid for Georgia so far this year, but at the same time, it's like, at the same time, it's like he's playing well, but it's not because he has the elite talent. It's because he is smart with the football and he has the elite talent around him. Oh, you mean the Steelers corner? Yeah, and that was the same thing with Stetson Bennett, because like Carson Beck should have been done with school already. Same goes for Cam Rising, but that's a different story. Yeah, it kind of sounds like another Daniel Jones, but at the same time, Daniel Jones really never had the same talent that Beck does around him right now. Yeah, but like Cam Rising might be going back for an eighth season because he's available to get the medical red shirt, which would be crazy. But I mean, this has been a disappointing season for Utah, which I'm all fine with. But it doesn't help that UCF's also having a disappointing season at the same time. Yes, man. For an undrafted free agent to have two interceptions against Aaron Rodgers in the same game, he better have asked for both of those balls to be signed. I swear. Hey, I mean, it might be the only reason they won, but it's still a valid reason. You make the plays you need to when the chance is given. And he definitely stepped up when he needed to for Pittsburgh. All right, ball on the 45. Lamar in shotgun back behind him. Three receiving options to the left side. A great chance here for Baltimore. Going to hand this off right side to Derrick Henry. Has some room to run. Going to gain about 8 on the play with flags flying as well. To be fair, his first interception that he had on Rodgers was not a good decision by Rodgers to throw that ball. The second one was completely on Garrett Wilson. It is defensive holding on Tampa, so tack on 5 yards to the end of the play, and an automatic first down. Fields would not have given them the same passing production, I don't think. And then that's the reason you bring. That's the reason That's the reason you throw out Russell Wilson. Those like even with Fields playing well. Lamar looking to throw on 1st and 10. Has a man open over the middle, but is dropped by Patrick Ricard. 2nd and 10 coming up. Like you start Justin Fields so that way you can get the passing game going a bit more. Because while yeah, he doesn't have the same mobility that Justin Fields has, he is a much better passer. I want to say Baltimore has 8-ish, might be more honestly, and then Tampa has 6. So let's see what the total is. Lamar in shotgun, back to his left, two receivers to each side. Baltimore has 7 penalties. Tampa has 5. Going to hand this off right side for Derrick Henry. Has some good blocking, but going to be brought down at the 38 with another penalty. So far 12 on the night. Can we see 13? Yeah, it is pretty even. Holding on Baltimore. That's your 8th penalty on the night. Jeez. And I mean, even the penalty yardage is about even. Which like that's a good thing. Yeah, there's one thing for like the penalties themselves to be even. If the penalty yardages aren't even, that's the more telling sign. All right, 2nd and 17. After the holding on Baltimore, Lamar looking to throw. Pass time. Launch went deep down the field. Has the man wide open. Rashard Bateman, touchdown, Baltimore. Just left completely open, and that's a 49-yard touchdown pass for Lamar Jackson to extend this lead. And they're an extra point away from making it a 17-point lead. Like, jeez. Oh, he lost them. Lost them on a double move. All right, Justin Tucker now for the extra point. Kick is up and good. Because you put up those 50 plus against the New Orleans Saints, and now you're playing the Baltimore Ravens. It's not the same quality team. And also, again, it doesn't help that Mike Evans went down with the injury. That was a crushing blow. But yeah. I mean, yeah, it is bad, but again, like, the Ravens front seven is a really good front seven, and it can mask it really well. Again, there are way if you have one specific issue on either side of the ball, there are ways to mask it. You either focus on getting in pressure a bit more if it's a defensive issue when it comes to like the secondary. If it's the front seven, you can drop more guys in the coverage and focus on getting coverage sacks. If it's like an offensive line, you can get the ball out quicker. If it's the ground game you have an issue with, you can do plays that are extension of the ground game. Like there are ways to mask the issues, but it's just you need to be able to do those things consistently to have success, and most teams just can't. Baltimore is able to generate good pressure up front, and that goes a long way. Wait, it's Queen, it's Madubike, it's Roquan Smith. Like their front seven is really good. Like it's all those things. Yeah, that's just a great double move by Rashard Bateman. Yeah, like Roquan Smith, man, like he was a fantastic acquisition by them last year. Someone that I kind of wish Miami would have gotten at the deadline last year, but we just didn't make a move like that. Kickoff underway, going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. Baltimore has now scored 27 unanswered points in this one. And it also sets a record for Lamar Jackson. Most consecutive passing touchdowns without an interception. Sets the record at 18. Passing Aaron Rodgers is 17. Man, like 14 for 18, 256, and 3 touchdowns is crazy. Baker play action, looking to throw, going to dump it off right side for Bucky Irvin. And he's going to work his way, flipping the field, running left side. Has some good blocking, going to get past midfield, and finally knocked down at the 45. What a hell of a job flipping the field there and getting a shit ton of yards. That was just a simple dump off to the right side, and he sees space to run him towards the left. He takes all that space. Yeah, I could see Max Crosby being moved at the deadline. Most likely to Detroit, but I don't really know exactly where he could go. Oh yeah, Lamar was 100% worth the money they gave him. Trying to do a jet sweep left side for Bucky Irvin, and it's going to lose about 3, maybe 2 on the play. Lamar has been like sneakily accurate the past few seasons. Like, it's been impressive. I don't think since he has the assets to acquire Max Crosby, you definitely don't have the money to if you want to play Higgins and Chase. Baker and shotgun looking to throw on 2nd and 12. Pass right side is incomplete. Is not on target at all. 3rd and 12 coming up. Too far inside. Like since he doesn't have the cap space to acquire Max Crosby. Like I don't think y'all have the capital or the cap space. Especially if you want to keep T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, like you're gonna need to keep that money open. That's not gonna be enough for Max Crosby. Baker and shotgun back to his left, 3 receivers to the right side, looking to throw. 3rd and 12. Stepping up and going to be sacked for a loss of 1. As if Baltimore is able to generate pressure with ease. I mean, it could also depend on what bag of chips we're talking about, but no, I don't think that's enough. I just don't think you'll have enough. Yeah, but you see the issue, the difference is Davante Adams wanted out. The Raiders had no leverage. He's an older player. And again, Adams wanted out. He wanted to go to the Jets. That way he can reunite with his buddy. All right, punt comes off clean. It's going to be fair caught at about the 7 with a flag on the play. Well, I do think that's not, I mean, that's about right for Davante because, again, he's up there in age, hasn't had the greatest of productions this season or even late last season. But at the same time, that's not even his fault because he's on the fucking Raiders. All right, it was a offsides on Baltimore that gets declined. And that brings us to a commercial break with Baltimore going to be starting their next drive at about the 8. Again, that's also a conditional third. It's like if he makes an all-pro team or he's on the active roster for the AFC Championship game or the Super Bowl, it becomes a second. Which with how the Jets are playing, the Raiders better hope he makes an all-pro team. And the other thing with the Davante Adams trade is the Jets took on 100% of Davante Adams' salary. No other team is going to do that for Max Crosby. So it's also so the Jets, yeah, so on paper the Jets only gave up 2/3 basically, but they also gave up salary cap. They pretty much gave the Raiders money in order to make the trade happen. It definitely does seem apparent that either Chase or Higgins are going to be gone after. Well, no, because Chase has 1 more year left on his contract, right? If I remember correctly. Like this is Chase's 3rd year. That way, it's like you could have both. You could have both of them again next year. You franchise tag T Higgins 1 more time, and you just play out the 4th year for Chase's contract. Because you also have the 5th year option you can accept as well. So you're gonna have Chase for at least 2 more years. Flash, you said you had depth at the running back position. And look at where that's gotten you by letting Joe Mixon walk. your run game is nowhere near what it was previously. Like, you may think you have depth at those positions, but until it gets truly tested, like it got tested to begin this season, and look what happened. Without T. Higgins, y'all looked terrible against New England. You had a tough loss against the Chiefs, and it took y'all a while to win. It took until T. Higgins came back for y'all to win. Like, you're gonna need another star receiver alongside either Chase or Higgins. All right, Lamar under center, ball on the 8. Back and fullback behind him. Going to hand this off left side for Derrick Henry. Has good blocking and room to run. Plenty of space downfield, past midfield. Still going, nothing but green grass ahead. And finally getting pushed out of bounds near like the plus 20. Derrick Henry nearly housed that. That safety came from nowhere to push him out of bounds. But what a run by Derrick Henry. Can't even tell what yard line he got pushed out of. I believe it's like I believe it's like the 20. No, they're not. Again, they're going to be really solid role players for y'all. But that's just that. Like, they're really solid 3 and 4 string receivers. And they're not going to be able to have the production that y'all need. Ball on the 11, going to hand off to Derrick Henry up the middle. He gets inside the 10 to about the 13. And then, like, that New England game to begin the season was the perfect moment. That was the perfect moment to show to T. Higgins that it was a perfect moment to gain leverage on T. Higgins if y'all had a really good day against them. Instead, T. Higgins now has the momentum. Handoff up the middle once again for Derrick Henry. Can get to about the 5, maybe the 4. Like, it hopes that like the future receiving classes are going to be really solid classes. Like they're going to be really solid classes pretty much always. And I feel like that there's also the chance that if Jamar Chase did not miss any training camp, then maybe y'all play better against New England offensively and you do a bit better. But the thing is, like, the same way that Antonio Brown, real quick, Lamar looking to throw 3rd and 3, pass batted at the line, incomplete. The same way that Antonio Brown and Juju Smith-Schuster thrived by being a 1A, 1B style of receivers. Where, like, Juju Smith-Schuster is a perfect fit to be the 1B / number 2 receiver, and Antonio Brown really benefits when he has another solid receiver with him. Because when he was in New England, then he left, goes to New England, they have Edelman to be that Juju type role. He goes to Tampa Bay, they have both Godwin and Evans. And then Juju, he goes anywhere else besides Kansas City. He doesn't have success as a receiver 1. 4th and 3, Lamar throw in end zone, left side, caught wide open, Mark Andrews. Again, like, it's also the case where I don't think Joe Burrow trusts anyone besides Higgins and Jamar Chase. I mean, that's the other thing. That's the other thing that goes into it. The extra point is up and good. Like, cause I don't know, the receiver position, well, yeah, is starting to become a little bit expendable with the amount of quality receivers that keep entering the league. It's the case where the chemistry between quarterback and receiver means so much. And with the amount of training camps that Jamar Chase missed this past season, that Joe Burrow has missed throughout his career, like that's one of the bigger issues. Is you all need a fully healthy, no controversy offseason where everyone shows up to begin training camp, everyone stays healthy throughout training camp and preseason, and most people stay throughout, and all the big pieces stay healthy through the preseason, and then y'all might finally have that hot start that you've been waiting since Burrow arrived, and from there you can hit the ground running. It's bottom line, you need Higgins and you need Chase. Losing both Mixon and Tyler Boyd heavily points to that fact, especially with how the team has played without them. Kickoff underway, going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. Yeah, and exactly, like that's the point. Like those other receivers are really good receiving three options to be guys that are like they're not necessarily checkdowns, but to be third and to be third, fourth, fifth progression on plays. But when the game's on the line, no matter what the situation is, game on the line, and y'all have the ball, Burrow is going to be looking for two people: Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. That's it. Handoff right side for Bucky Irvin, going to gain about 4 to start off this Tampa Bay drive. Like those two are his guys for big time plays when he needs it, and if you're gonna need at least one of them, and I feel like Chase is more likely than Higgins. Baker under center, back behind him, 3 receivers to the left side. Gonna motion one of them and going to play action, looking to throw. 2nd and 6. Pass right side is incomplete. Way underthrown. 3rd and 6 coming up. Yeah, and most quarterbacks do love having a really reliable tight end. But that goes back to the other issue. Since he hasn't really had a truly reliable tight end since CJ Uzama left. Because like Mike Gesicki ain't the guy. And the other tight ends, I don't fully know who they are either. All right, Baker looking to throw in 3rd and 6. Going to step up, rolling to his left and trying to take it himself. And going to break off the Roquan Smith tackle. Flag on the play. Depending on what it is, currently as it stands, it will be a 1st down for Tampa. But we'll see what the penalty is. Like if y'all compare, it is face mask on Tampa saying that Baker grabbed the face mask. Okay, like what Cincy needs is Cincy needs to keep one of, if not both, of Chase and Higgins, and then to pair of them, they need a truly reliable long-term answer at tight end. Whether that's through the draft, whether that's through signing somebody, I don't know. They just need to find a long-term answer at that position. All right, 3rd and 17 after the face mask. Baker is shotgun back to his left, 3 receivers to the right. Going to look to throw. Pressure coming in hot. Pocket collapsing and sacked. Back at the 18-yard line. Like again, having a quality tight end does go a long way. And again, I feel the same way. But we did sign Jonnu Smith, who has like the past 2 weeks has been that guy for us, which is great. But like I feel the same way about Miami. Like we had to climb up. Punt's going to come off clean and be down at about the 29. But Miami, in two drafts ago, was the big tight end draft. That's when you had Darnell Washington come out, you had Tucker Kraft, you had Luke Musgrave, you had Michael Mayer. That was the draft. And Miami passed on all 4 of them twice. Twice. And it's just like, what are we doing? It was also the Sam Laporta draft. And Miami passed on him the first time. No, but they went before Miami went in the second. Like it's just like there's so much confusion. Like, why do you not draft tight ends? Like all four of them have shown to be like pretty solid tight ends in the league. I don't get it. Lamar under center, 1st and 10 from the 30. Going to hand this off right side for Derrick Henry, and he's going to lose about a yard on the play. Like, again, really the prime draft was 2 years ago. Yeah, so it's like, at least y'all picked an offensive lineman in the first round. Well, while I do think Chop Robinson could be a guy for us, I would have loved to have a truly staple guy at that offensive line position early. Like someone that could play right away for us. But I do think Patrick Paul is going to be a great offensive lineman for Miami. I just wish we had drafted a center. Lamar gonna keep it himself left side for a read option, going to gain about 6 on the play with a flag being thrown. 5 seconds to go in the third. Holden on Baltimore. Yeah, like Detroit has done masterful work in both the draft and in development. Getting Penei Sewell was fantastic. Getting Sam Laporta was fantastic. Getting Jack Campbell was great. Getting Jahmyr Gibbs was fantastic. The Lions have truly built that team to damn near perfection. And it sucks seeing that because both the Lions and the Dolphins were in the same boat for so many years. And it felt like we were still going to be in that same boat entering this season and last season. But the Lions just have the better culture. They have the better team. I'm pretty sure this is Tucker Kraft. Yeah, he had that great grab against Houston yesterday. So after the holding call, that'll bring us to the end of the third quarter. 15 minutes to play in this one. Oh yeah, Tucker Kraft went to the Packers. Since we're in between quarters, gonna quickly use this time to say subscribe if you're new, really appreciated. If you're enjoying this random discussion about NFL drafts and the Cincinnati Bengals, Wednesday nights I try to do Q&As damn near every single Wednesday night. So some nights I have other stuff going on. You're free to ask away as well. Also during the streams, you're free to ask any questions about the rest of the league, NBA included. But yeah, subscribe, greatly appreciate it. Try to get to 300 by getting the year and leave a like at it as well. There's just so much missed potential Miami has. I look back primarily to that 2020 draft class. We're with the selection of Noah Ibaghnogany. Like that was the big that miss completely screwed over the future. But it's like that's a miss. Like I can blame Greer for it, but I can't blame McDaniel. I wish that 2020 season and that draft it was McDaniel's first time with the team. Like if we hired McDaniel in 2019, go in that tank, and then we begin to rebuild with McDaniel instead of swap it to him 2 years in. Like it would, I feel like we would have been in a lot better situation. Nah, you could, Buff Flash. I enjoy talking about whatever. This game ended up not being as great as I thought it was gonna be. Who knows how the fourth quarter plays? But yeah, I enjoy discussing just football in general. But the point of this is to have those kind of conversations while the game's going on, and while I'm calling that as well. Oh yeah, again, cause when I did the 90 when I did the Edgerrin James the Marshall Falk trade video, and I went back and looked at the Commanders draft history and all their misses, and I'm like, what are you doing? But like hindsight is 2020 for a reason. Lamar looking to throw in 2nd and 15, going to step up with plenty of room on the left side. taking it himself, going to get the first down and out of bounds for a gain of 17. And the first down for Baltimore. But again, the weird thing when it comes to hindsight like that is you can be like, oh, this team should have selected him. Okay, but if they like, for example, it was Brian Urlacher fell to, I want to say, to 5. And Washington had 2 picks in that top 5. So it was like, damn, Washington really should have selected Brian Urlacher. I was like, okay, if they did, who's to say Brian Urlacher becomes a Hall of Famer? Gonna toss this right side for Derrick Henry, and he's going to fight his way for a loss of 1. And as you can always, when times are rough, you could always be a Cleveland fan. Like, remember, you can always be a fan of Cleveland instead. That I do feel bad with some of those fans though, but some of the others. All right, Lamar in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers to the left side as well. 2nd and 11. Quick pass left side for Zay Flowers. That's a backwards pass. Picked up by Tampa and being returned inside the 15. Dragging Lamar Jackson and Isaiah Likely. Still going. Scoop and score a touchdown for Tampa. What? This man just dragged both Lamar Jackson and Isaiah Likely 30 yards for the scoop and score. Are you kidding me? Like, he's what? Oh no, it's still gonna be Tampa ball, but his knee might have been down by the time Isaiah Likely touched him first. Yeah, it is still Tampa football, but not the scoop and score. All right, so that explains why Isaiah Likely didn't seem like he was fully trying. Oh, it was Henry. It was an RPO to Henry. Henry went to the right. Lamar threw it to the left. He just threw it backwards of Zay Flowers. That's insane. Man dragged a pile of players 30 yards. All right, Baker looking to throw on 1st and 10. Gonna pass it right side and going to be overthrown. Cade Otton takes a massive shot way late, and there's no flag on that? What? That was 100% unnecessary roughness. Cade Otton takes a shot by Kyle Hamilton well after the ball passed him. What? Yeah, that's a clear late hit. All right, Baker and shotgun back to his right. 3 receivers to the left. Going to hand this off for Rachaad White. And going to lose about a yard on the play. All right, 3rd and 11 coming up. "13 minutes to play in this one. If Tampa doesn't score and it doesn't get a touchdown on this drive, man. All right, Baker and shotgun back to his left. 3 receiving options to the right side. Ball on the 31, looking to throw. Gonna dump it off right side for Cade Otton. He's going to pick up the first. Fumbled but fell back on it at the 20. He took another shot there. Jeez. He's being hit left and right. Yeah, a gain of 11, enough for a first down. All right, Baker and shotgun. Back to his left. Two receiving options to each side. In the motion, a tight end from right to left. Looking to throw. Pass left side screenplay. And going to be Chris Godwin getting up to the 11. 10.5. All right, Tampa's been needing a drive like this. Jeez. All right, Baker under center, back behind him. Three receivers to the right side. Going to play action, looking to throw. Dump off, left side, Rachaad White. Screen play and touchdown, Tampa. Finally to get on the board once again. 11:24 to play. And they're going to go for two. He's at Rice. Yeah, if I remember correctly, he goes to Rice. Unless you mean his other kid who was playing the UFL. I don't know where he's at. I know EJ Warner is over at Rice playing quarterback. All right, it's going for the 2-point attempt. Baker and shotgun, back to his right. Three receivers to the left. But yeah, I don't know where Cade's at. Pretty sure he's still on the UFL contract. Baker looking to throw. Pass left side, going to be caught in the end zone. The 2-point try is good. We have a 16-point game. Yeah, I don't think Cade signed anywhere because he didn't really do much in the UFL. He wasn't a main focal point at receiver for whatever team he was on. Yeah, EJ's in college now. All right, it brings us to a commercial break, of which just reported right before that touchdown for Baltimore, Jameson Williams going to be facing a 2-game suspension for PED usage. That's rough for Detroit. It's a Brad commercial. Yeah. Again, the Lions are going to be an interesting team to watch going forward. No Hutchinson. Now without Jameson Williams for 2 days. Although he didn't do a whole lot against Minnesota. It was more so Amon-Ra St. Brown. And if anything, this is going to open up Sam Laporta to be a big factor once again in the pass game. But it still sucks because again, Jameson Williams was someone that I've been waiting for him to have a big season because he feels like he has the talent. If he ends up being another Josh Gordon situation, that's gonna suck. All right, just coming back from commercial break. Again, about 11 and a half to play. Going to be interesting to see kind of what Tampa can try and do here. They need to force some more turnovers. Down by 16 now. All right, sending this one away. This is going to be out the back of the end zone for a touchback. KC's receiver search shortage does not matter. It just straight up does not matter because of the production they have from the defense. I forgot that Mark Andrews and Baker Mayfield were both at Oklahoma together. That's cool. All right, Lamar under center, back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. Going to hand this off to Derrick Henry up the middle, and he's going to gain about 3 on the play up to the 33-yard line. I'm looking at Casey's defensive production is otherworldly. Casey, Mahomes just threw 2 interceptions in a game and barely had 100 yards, and they still won by 10. Like, it don't. Casey's offense don't matter right now. It's all about their defense. Lamar, toss right side for Derrick Henry. Gonna cut it back left side with plenty of room and blockers. Past midfield, past the 40. Breaking off Antoine Winfield to 10. Oh, he's sit. And they're saying he's stepped out of bounds. Would have been out of bounds at roughly the 15-ish. But again, great job flipping field and Derrick Henry using his speed. When did he step out? Oh, stepped out there. All right, about the 20. Okay. Yeah. But that Chargers Cardinals game is currently 7-6. What? Okay, Stanley stepped out at the 28. Gonna toss this right side for Justice Hill. He's going to gain about 1. Yeah, the Niners are lacking players, but still. Like again, I do think Purdy is a good quarterback. But come on, you can't have a game like that. And I know Ayuk went down and didn't have Debo, but come on. Handoff left side for Derrick Henry, going to gain about 3 on the play up to the 24. Like, that was just an overall bad showing. All right, 3rd and 6 coming up. Lamar in shotgun, back to his left. Gonna look to throw. Pass left side, going to be caught for the first down by Rashad Bateman up to the 17-ish yard line. Just under 8.5 to play. I don't know. The Niners just have not been playing well this season, and a lot of it is because they are desperately missing Christian McCaffrey's impact in the pass game. Like what McCaffrey can do through the air, like within the pass game, helps out that team so much, and they are missing it. Toss left side for Derrick Henry, going to fight his way for a gain of about 2, maybe 3. Not a proven playoff winner. I mean, no, Shanahan is a proven playoff winner. He's not a proven Super Bowl winner. There's a difference. All right, 2nd and 9. Lamar in shotgun, back to his right. 2 receiving options to each side. They're going to keep it himself up the middle and slipping. Going to be a gain of only about 1 on the play. You need to charge already. Oh, okay, yeah, I guess I didn't. All right, showing a rundown of the Baltimore playoff losses. Need the rise of Danny Edling, head coach. Maybe. Lamar and shotgun looking to throw in 3rd and 7. Gonna dump it off right side. Derrick Henry wide open and touchdown Baltimore. Walks it in. And yeah, that. Oh man, Baltimore. This has been a fantastic showing from them. Right, and then Justin Tucker for the extra point. Yeah, I still haven't even downloaded Madden 25. I have it. I just haven't downloaded it. I just don't care to play it. And the extra point is good. 6.5 to play. Let's see if Tampa can make this a better looking game on the box score. As that brings us to a commercial break as well. Yeah, so the Colts and Vikings reflects the Sunday Night Football in Week 9. I don't mind seeing the Vikings on Sunday Night Football, but the Colts, they better not play how they did against Miami for that game because they would get their asses killed. They still might even if they played better. Coach. That would be crazy if Edling takes that path. I doubt it. In part because if he's gonna sign on to be a QB coach anywhere, Edling would sign on to be a QB coach in New England, I feel. But it would be hilarious to see that kind of path go. Yeah, that would be wild. All the while winning 3 Super Bowls. I don't know, because again, but the head coach can only do so much when the GM also just isn't bringing in the talent. And I know there is a discussion between the head coach and GM typically agree on the players to bring in. And while that's true, there was also still the moments of there's also still the moments of the GM has been there longer and is going to, and then the GM could always just outpower the head coach, or they just might not agree on how to build a team. Touchback in the end zone, the Tampa will begin from the 30. Because like the whole thing is like you need every single person to be on the same page, and it could be for a simple thing as like who to draft with the 100th overall pick, and there's a disagreement, and you pick the wrong guy, and someone who goes 107 ends up being a Hall of Famer. Yes, franchise players like franchise quarterbacks have their say when it comes to the receiver position, but that is rare. Pass over the middle is caught by Chris Godwin for a gain of 5. Like Josh Allen had his say over the Bills selecting Keon Coleman. But even then, like when the players put a word in, or like CJ Stroud with Tank Dell, Baker looking to throw for 2nd and 5, gonna launch one over the middle, and it's going to be caught by Cade Otton. Went through the hands of a Baltimore defender, and Cade Otton caught it on his helmet. Like what typically when a player gives their word on who a team should bring in, It's just that. It's their word. It's like, hey, you bring in this guy, that's fantastic, but I can't actually tell you who to bring in. Pass quick right side for Cade Otton on 1st and 10, going to be about 5. That legit went through the hands. A great one-hand snag. It's like there's been moments where Baker looking to throw on 2nd and 4, going to step up and launch one deep right side, incomplete, underthrown. Yeah, there's not really a shot. I mean, the main point for Tampa now is to make this game look to make this game look better on paper. But yeah, this has been a burn the tape kind of day. Like again, it's just building the team is weird, and you have a lot of people thinking that they know better than others, and you have a lot of people overthinking themselves when it comes to building the team. Lamar, quick pass left side, caught by Chris Godwin, going to stretch his way for a 1st down gain of 4. You can rule him short. Like, look at I don't remember his name, but look at Atlanta's GM. Like, look at the Falcons GM. And part of being a really good GM is knowing when to admit your mistakes. And he had too much faith, and he wasn't able to admit his mistake on getting Desmond Ridder, and it cost him Lamar Jackson potential. So they initially marked him short, but now they're saying he got the 1st down. Yeah, and the salary cap and all that. It's a weird circumstance. It's weird. It's a tough job to have. Baker looking to throw 1st and 10, and a pass left side, and going to be caught inside the 5. Cade Otton. Just about 4:45 now to play in this game. It's all weird. All right, and there's a flag pre-snap, going to be false start on Tampa. Yeah, Terry Fontent. Terry Fontent. Yeah, he overthought the process with Lamar Jackson. He's overthinking the situation with Kirk Cousins and Michael Penix. Yeah, isn't it like Fontenot? Is that pronounce it? I knew how to pronounce it at one point in time. Yeah, it's Fontenot. Okay. Baker looking to throw 1st and goal from the 4. Pass right side is caught by Jaleel McLaughlin. Going to get down to about the 2. Yeah. Because he's at some point you can only blame the head coach so much, and the GM needs to face the punishment for it. Baker handoff up the middle for Bucky Irvin, and the pile is going to be pushed. Did he cross the plane at all? Currently, he's being marked at the half-yard line. Going to be close. Like, it's just so many teams in so many weird situations that are so avoidable. Like, look at Philly when they drafted Jalen Reagor over Justin Jefferson. Like, that's just Harry Roseman has saved himself from that. A handoff once again, Bucky Irvin up the middle, and this time he is going to get in for the Tampa touchdown. Like Howie Roseman saved himself from that embarrassment of selecting Jalen Reagor by doing a good job getting Devonta Smith, waiting for AJ Brown, and doing the rest. And yeah, like Lamar and oh no, I'm not saying when Lamar was drafted. I'm saying when like 2 off seasons ago, when Lamar had the contract issues with Baltimore and he became an unrestricted. He became a an unrestricted franchise tag. So teams were able to offer him contracts and give up 2 first-round picks for him. And Atlanta confidently said, "We have Desmond Ridder. We're good." Baker looking to throw for the 2-point try. He's going to try to escape pressure, but unable to. Sacked back at the 10. Because when Lamar entered the league, it makes sense that Atlanta would not have gone for them. Of course, Of course, Arthur Blank had his say in that situation, man. It's like they put Atlanta in such a bad spot because if they have Lamar Jackson last year, or hell, if they have Lamar Jackson in period with the team they have now, like they are easily contenders. But now, like, who knows how they're gonna look come end of season? Is someone wearing a Lamar Jackson high school jersey in the stands? That's incredible. All right, and Tampa going to go for the onside kick. I see 3:46 to play in this one. Tampa going for the onside kick, trying to keep the game alive a little bit longer. And it's going to be recovered by Tampa. They get the onside kick. That was a beautiful onside kick. Okay. Yeah, we might have a game. Now by 17 with 3:45 to play. Of course, they get the onside kick when the game is out of reach, but that ball took a beautiful bounce. Jeez, that's incredible. Yeah, and I appreciate you still keeping tabs on the Falcons because the gods know I would not keep tabs on the Falcons if I didn't have to, and I didn't have to for a few years for the past few years. Of course, like now that they're like a really well built team and everything, I'm gonna keep my eye on them a bit more. But yeah. So Tampa's offense back on the field, ball on the 48, Baker and shotgun back to his left, three receiving options to the left side. Gonna send the man in motion from left to right. Baker looking to throw, pass quick, left side to Rashad White, and he's going to fight his way for a gain of about 4. Yeah, we had a 3-point game, a 3-possession game in this one so far. Right at this point. Baker looking to throw 2nd and 6. Pass left side is going to be caught for a gain of about 5, and that's Chris Godwin. Oh yeah, that onside kick. That was not good. Look, TV, like onside kicks are a weird thing now. Baker gonna hand this off up the middle on 3rd and 1 and going to get inside the 40 to the 38 and a half ish for a Tampa first down. All right, just about 2:45 now to play. Also, ball flash. Check what I posted in funny memes. Baker throwing right side, going to be caught by Cade Auden. He's having himself one hell of a game despite the score. Going to be a gain of about 6, maybe 7. The Cade Auden, man, he's having one hell of a night. Baker looking to throw in 2nd and 4, going to pass it right side, going to be caught. And that is going to be a first down up inside the 20, but there's a flag on the play. Broncos fans complaining about it. Yeah. I mean, because the Broncos lost to the Chargers because of the weird onside kick rules. Illegal hands to the face on Baltimore are going to be declined. And Tampa has ball in the red zone with 2:12 to play. Ball on the 18. Baker in a shotgun. Back to his right. 2 receiving options to each side. That was Sterling Shepard on the reception. And flags are now being thrown pre-snap for a false start on Tampa. Yeah, the Pittsburgh State Gorillas with the player named that. There's nothing's adding up there. God damn Kyle Murray. Why are you so good? Why is Kyle Murray so good with his legs? Fuck. Baker looking to throw on 1st and 15. Launcher went deep. Right side has a man. And incomplete. I'm not sure if he got his feet in, but the ball didn't survive the ground anyway. 2nd and 15 coming up. That is true. That is. He would have gotten his feet in bounds anyway. That name is crazy. Where did he commit to again? I know he committed somewhere, and I'm pretty sure it was D1. Like, I'm pretty sure it was FBS level. I know he committed somewhere, and which is crazy. Baker looking to throw in 2nd and 15. Pump fake in, pass left side, wide open. Rashard White, the 10, the 5, and touchdown Tampa Bay. Again, they're working on making this a much closer looking game. 23-yard touchdown grab for Rashard White. Now an 11-point game. Even with getting a 2-point attempt, it's going to be 2 possessions. Yeah, Rashard White untouched. And we'll see. Going for the extra point to make it a 10-point game. Tampa still has all 3 timeouts, but they're going to need to make a stop on defense and get an onside kick anyway following that. Yeah, he committed to Eastern Michigan. That's right. Is he playing this year or is it next year he's going over there? Probably check actually. He may have been redshirted as well. All right, the extra point. Kick is up and good. We have a 10-point game in this one. I don't even know what number he would be. No, he's not there yet, it seems. There is 158 to play in this one. Yeah, I know how it's supposed to be pronounced. No one's going to pronounce it that way. Or no one's going to think it's pronounced that way. Class of 25? Okay, so it's next year then. Cool. Yeah, we're at commercial break. Basically the 2-minute warning now. 158 to play. Tampa's going to need to get another onside kick. They do have all 3 timeouts. But you're down 2 possessions. You can't really afford to send one down and risk that possibility. If you're gonna give Baltimore the ball back, you might as well go for the onside kick. You got it once already today. Yeah, I know he's a linebacker in that, which I mean it makes sense with that kind of name. Oh, DK and Metcalf going to be considered week to week. Okay. All right, just coming back from the 2-minute warning commercial break. Tampa going to be going for another onside kick, I would assume. Yep, here we go. Another onside kick. Gonna need to get this one. This season, against the Ravens, onside kicks are 2 for 3. The rest of the NFL 0-15. So let's see. Onside kick. Can they get another one? And it's going to take a good bounce. And Zay Flowers is going to get it and fall down to the ground. So Baltimore has the ball with 1:57 to play. Tampa does have all their timeouts. So if they force a 3 and out, they can still get the ball back and try to do something with it. He's a 4-star? Wait, he's a 4-star prospect that committed to Eastern Michigan? What? Why did he commit to Eastern Michigan? He had to have other offers to higher quality schools. Had to. If he's a 4-star, going to hand this off right side for Justice Hill, going to get tackled at the line of scrimmage for no gain as Josh Johnson has entered the game for Baltimore. Yeah, that is crazy. He's a 4-star. Jeez. Right, they gave Justin Hill a gain of 1 alongside Tampa calling their first timeout. Lamar Jackson, 5 touchdown passes tonight. Jeez. Just a crazy one. All right, 2nd and 9. Josh Johnson under center, back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. 2nd and 9. And they're going to hand this off left side for Justice Hill, who is met in the backfield for a loss of 1.5. And Tampa calls their second timeout. They have the Ravens' upcoming schedule at Cleveland, home for both Denver and Cincy, then at Steelers and at LA for the Chargers. That's a pretty favorable upcoming schedule. The Steelers game is going to be tough, probably, but not that bad of a schedule looking at it. Obviously, Air Force, Arkansas State, Army, and Dartmouth. 3.5, but they call it. Okay, so 3.5, so it makes a little more sense. We got the 2 minimum. Okay, so yeah, so Western Michigan is the best from that list. Okay, that's fair. Lamar under center, back. Lamar. Josh Johnson going to hand this off left side, and that's Justice Hill going to gain about a yard or so. A 4th down coming up, and Tampa calls their final timeout. Jeez, I did not realize the Hardballs are in their 60s. This Arizona LA game is not going well right now. It's 14-9 currently in that game. Jeez. All right, now the broadcast, because they're talking about the Ravens Chargers. The Ravens Chargers Monday night game in Week 12. To the highlight in the national championship, where Jim won his first professional championship as a coach. Hey, well, honestly, yeah, it could be cool to see him in the Sun Belt, but nah, he's a isn't he from the Midwest? He feels like a Mac guy. All right, punt comes off clean and going to be returned beginning from about the 20 and going to get out of bounds at a 22-ish maybe. So a minute and a half to play. Tampa down by 10. Gonna need to score quickly here. Then get the onside kick and score again. Who knows? Might be a chance here. From Indiana, makes sense. Hey, if he ends up being something, that'd be impressive. Not a lot of guys from Eastern Michigan become really great players, but when they do, they are typically edge rushers, like a Max Crosby. Baker looking to throw. Quick pass right side is incomplete. Kyle Hamilton, great coverage there. Not what are you throwing, Baker? And both on the ball is on the 25-yard line. A minute and a half to play. Yeah, Lamar has one hell of a night tonight. Jeez. All right, Baker and shotgun. Back to his right. Two receivers to each side looking to throw. And going to... He's going to be sacked back at roughly the 17th. I may have fumbled there for a second. Yeah, that sack is just gonna basically do it in this one. Make me a cake, fam. He did not. He did not bake on this final drive. 3rd and 17, looking to throw. A minute to play. Pass over the middle is caught by Chris Godwin and going to gain about 20 on the play. And Godwin is slow to get up. Are they really about to lose both Mike Evans and Chris Godwin in the same game? Jeez, man. Jeez, Tampa. Yeah, that's going to be a massive difference. Losing both of them in the same game. Ugh. And that brings us to a commercial break. Oh, man. And the card is coming out. And they play Atlanta next week. Yeah, the card is coming out now. Fuck, man, that sucks. The Chiefs have never been 6-0 with Patrick Mahomes. What? This is the first time. Yeah, man, Tampa. Losing both your receiver 1 and receiver 2 in the same game is awful. ESPN is choosing not to show the replay. Oh, that's not good news. If ESPN ain't showing the replay, that must mean it's bad. The Panthers? I don't remember the schedule for the NFC South. Like, hell, I barely know the Dolphins' schedule. I know who we played. I know we played the Cardinals next week and the Bills the following. I know our next 3 opponents, and who we play week 18. Besides that, I take it by week. Like, yeah, they got his left leg in an air cast. Oh man, hope everything's okay. That sucks. I for the majority of teams, I know who they play that given week when I sit down and do predictions and get that worked on. I don't know all. I can't know every single team schedule. All right, Baker and shotgun back to his right, looking to throw 1st and 10. Gonna launch one deep right side and overthrown, incomplete. And if that season ender, that sucks. Hey, you hate to see players go down like that. All right, Baker looking to throw. 30 seconds to play, 2nd and 10. Rolling to his left. Just going to dump it off to Cade Otton, and he gets out of bounds for a gain of about 9. Yeah, scary lower leg injury. ESPN broadcast declined to show another replay. Started off with a leg in the aircast. That's oh man. Baker and shotgun back to his right. 2 receivers each side, 3rd and 1. Looking to throw. Gonna dump it off right side to Sean Tucker. Has some room to run. Gonna get the first and out of bounds at roughly the 42. If he would have gotten closer, like inside the 40 there's a chance Tampa just sends out the field goal unit. Because again, they're gonna need a field goal anyway. And Baltimore is gonna call their first timeout. And they can give Tampa some time to think this through. Next Monday Night Football, the Giants are at the Steelers. Who is Sunday Night Football next week? Because I know Thursday night it's not gonna be that great of a game. It's Vikings Rams. Who's Sunday night next week? Baker looking to throw 1st and 10. 20 seconds to go. Pass right side's going to be incomplete. Threw it into double coverage. Yeah, it sucks again. Someone like Chris Godwin, like he's a hell of a player, a great receiver too for Tampa. It truly does suck to see him go down. Baker looking to throw for 2nd and 10. Going to pump fake and then pass over the middle is off target. Looking for Sean Tucker, incomplete. 13 seconds to go. Yeah, we'll wait for the official report. Most likely it will come sometime. Most likely it will be seen by me tomorrow morning, but we'll probably get it late tonight at some point. All right, 3rd and 10. Baker looking to throw. Gonna step up and just take it himself. Going to be tackled inbounds. That's going to do it. 5, 4, 3, 2. That's the game. What a win for the Baltimore Ravens. Go on a 5-game win streak at the moment. Playing some damn good football. Sunday night is Cowboys Niners. Fuck me. So that's fantastic. Week 8. Some great. Yeah, likely. I'm not realizing that week 8 I'm calling Vikings Rams, Dolphins Cardinals, Cowboys Niners, and Giants Steelers. Hell of a week. I'll see you all maybe Wednesday night to kick off the NBA season. We'll probably will do a stream. If not, I'll definitely see everyone Thursday night for Vikings Rams. Thank you all for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Have yourselves a damn good one. Peace.